Okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay, let's just wait for everyone log in and get settled. And so first of all, welcome. We're just gonna have a short 30 minutes training session about hand hygiene. Yeah, over the next 30 minutes. Yeah, we're just gonna share my PowerPoint. Oh, share screen. Just give me a second. Screen share. Okay. Is everyone can see my screen? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now 1 second. Where is mine? I don't know. Super annoying. Okay, this one. Oh, my battery is running. Okay. Please point. Present. Okay. Over the next 30 minutes, we will first focus on the importance of hand hygiene in healthcare. Please keep your video on to the extent possible, and keep your microphone muted when you are not contributing to the discussion. It's great to see you all here today. So today we're gonna discuss the importance of having clean hands in hand hygiene, review how and why germs can be spread by hands, and practice supporting good hand hygiene practice at work. We will also have an opportunity to reflect before we wrap up for the day. Yeah, so here is what we expect we can learn today. By the end of today's training, you will be able to describe why it's so important for those of us in healthcare to have clean hands. You are able to describe why hands are a main way that germs can spread in the environment. You will also able to refresh your knowledge for correct way of hand washing. Yeah, so before we get started, let's review a definition of hand hygiene. Go ahead and read the definition to yourself. So we talk about hand hygiene. Yeah, the simplest way to say it's just cleaning your hands and not washing your hands. And does anyone have an idea why? Anyone want to say something?
To prevent infection?
What's the
No,
question
my
again?
question is like the simple way to say it's just cleaning your hands, not washing your hands. So why is the hand hygiene not only about washing your hands?
Because sometimes it's not using water. Sometimes it's dry sanitizer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we all recognize and appreciate the way the importance of hand hygiene, and we can also use hand sanitizer. And not because sometimes it's not possible to wash your hands like every time. So it's easier to use alcohol-based hand sanitizer in chrome like gels or foams. Yeah. So does anyone want to share your current practice? Like how many times do you wash your hands or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer throughout an average workday?
I can't count. We wash or clean our hands so many times. My current practice is emergency register nurse, and I woke up patient constantly, and we use dry hand sanitizer every time after or before going to procedures. And if there's a fluid or blood or any splash, we use water to clean our hands. It's like every procedure and every like 10 minutes. So hundreds and thousands times a day.
Yeah. So yeah, we hear it all the time. Wash your hands even before COVID-19, like after COVID-19. More and more like people talking about hand hygiene. It is like big part of our daily lives in healthcare. Thanks for sharing, Yashi. Nora, do you want to say anything?
I can't count. It's too many times every day. It's
Yeah,
pretty much like how many times you go into the cubicles, like how many times you out of the cubicles, like you have to wash your hands. Like
yeah.
every single procedure, so you have to wash your hands too. So it's actually many times per day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so as we all know, germs are everywhere, and we can spread them without knowing it. Like to other surface things and people. In healthcare, you're likely to come into contact with things that carry germs, like respiratory droplets, saliva, blood, and waste. And you are more likely to touch patients at risk to be infections. In this picture, we can see a patient who is ill and coughing with respiratory droplets traveling into air and landing on surface where the healthcare worker picks them up with her hands and unfortunately touch her eyes before cleaning hands. Yeah, so that's a way like how germ can spread from surface into other patients, into health care workers. Yeah, so from this picture, we can see 5 moments for hand hygiene. I think Yashi has talked about before. Anyone know like what's the 5 moments for hand hygiene?
So pretty much like before the procedure, then during the procedures, after procedures, what else? Whenever you get dirty.
Yeah. So this is 5 moments. Basically you can wash your hands any time you feel like you need to. But it's definitely before touching a patient, before cleaning a septic procedure, after touching a patient, or after body fluid risk of exposure, after touching patient's surroundings. Yeah, so so let's watch a quick video about how to wash hands with water. Just gonna play it over here.
Hand washing should take you about 1 minute. Use a timer or count from 1 to 10 in each of the following steps. Wet hands with water and apply enough soap to cover all surfaces of the hands. Let the water run smoothly to avoid touching the tap later on. Rub hands palm to palm to obtain a good quantity of foam. Then rub right palm over the back of left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub again palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked, repeating this action for each hand. Rub rotationally left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. Between the tips of the fingers, rub rotationally backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm